Welcome, dear hearts. Come on in and enjoy a brief moment with me, Natasha, the owner and CEO of the Magical Blessings Healing Center. Thank you so very much for taking a brief moment out of your very busy day to go on this incredible journey. So grab your favorite beverage. Mine is alkaline water at this moment. Snuggle on down and get comfy as we go on this magical journey. In this particular blog and vlog, I am talking about raising girls with strong self-esteem. This is very near and dear to my heart for several reasons. I know personally what it was like to not be accepted for who I am. The irony of it all is that I was blessed twice over with two young men on the autistic spectrum, and I didn't raise them to have a disability. I raised them to be different abled, a different ability. I raised them to identify the fact that they are going to think differently than other people. They are going to have different feelings. They are going to have different perspectives. And that's okay. Doesn't mean that they're disabled. It just means that they are different abled, and I enabled them to love, honor, and respect who they are. And I do that with my students as well. I'm an academic teacher, special education teacher, and behavioral specialist. So whenever I'm working, and when I'm working with people within the community, say you're at the Magical Blessing Healing Center and you want to go on Reclaiming Your Power program, this is about eliminating all of the old patterns and beliefs and the ego story that you've been telling yourself so many times, and helping you to be able to eliminate it. Not really eliminate it so much, but just basically capture it and recreate it in such a way that you can reclaim your power. Because that's one of the things that a lot of people make the mistake of is, well, let's just pretend it doesn't exist. Well, let's not pretend it exists. For a long time, I used to not say to people that I was a survivor of domestic violence. The complacency upon which I came into was very shocking to myself. It's one of the reasons why I locked it away in a box. Let's call it Natasha's box, like, Pandora's box. And recently, actually a few months ago, I opened it up, and just all the incredible miracles that started to come forth is awesome. One of the things, though, was that I was not raised to have a high self-esteem. If anything, my family wanted to put me in a box, irony again, box, and the box was pretty much sit down, shut up, be quiet, you're too active, you're too energetic. I've often kind of questioned, well, do I have ADHD? No, not at all. I do not. I just have really high energy levels. I have a really high vibrational energy. And my family didn't like that. They had lower vibrational energies, and they were in survival mode. My family's been in survival mode forever. Generational, centuries old, probably. And they didn't know that here's this beautiful gift that's being bestowed upon them to, hey, let's be creative and have fun and play and innovative and sit down and shut up. Be quiet. Go away. Why can't you go do something else? Go away. You're bothering me. I've got other things to do. So I remember one time I was told, you should never, ever, ever rest. You just need to be constantly busy. Whether it's sweeping or cleaning or, again, all survival things. And I started to, as a child, it didn't bother me so much. It wasn't until I became an adolescent something started to click down. It's almost like taking one of those, I'm trying to think, those ratchet wrenches, and go click, click, click until it secures your load. It was almost like that with me, to the point where here I'm now, an adult, a parent. I'm trying to raise my kids, to not have that kind of feeling. And I find myself in the middle of a loveless, violent marriage. Wow, when did that self-esteem, lack of self-worth and value ease its way into me. Now, it's not necessarily to say, oh, hey, let's focus on that. Well, let's focus it on, let's raise our girls to have really high self-esteem. And it all starts with us as a female, an active female within the community, a special education teacher, an academic teacher, a behavior specialist. I am that role model for these young ladies. I very much want these young ladies to be uplifted and to be powerful. And so that's what I do. As a behavioral specialist, I do kind of a little different than what others may do. They may focus on the behavior that they want to eliminate. What I do is I come in and I find the strength that a student has, and I build upon that. So when you're building, you have a strong foundation. I don't want to knock holes in the foundation. I want to find the strength, and I want to build the strength up. And that's what I do. And so how do you do that? Well, you have to lead by example, so I lead by example. You never know what kind of an example I'm leading by, and sometimes, we all make mistakes, but that's okay. That's the other thing, is that help her understand that if you make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. I know from a personal experience that I thought it was the end of the world through something that I did. I was not able to identify true love after abusive love. I got really confused, and I will completely admit to it. And it rocked my world in a way that I wasn't even prepared. Now, it's not like, oh my gosh, she has to have a man. No, I went years without having anybody in my life. And then I met my beloved. And I unfortunately, because of the confusion, I sent him away. I did that. The good news is he's a very, very nice, loving, patient with me soul. And we've recently come back fully and completely into our relationship. Yay! But it took me a long time to forgive myself for what I had done. And that's why, that is really an important esteem thing, is you're going to make mistakes, and it's okay. It's not the end of the world. And it's a lot better to help a young woman, a young lady, to be able to identify that and communicate often with your young lady in your life, whether she's 5 years old or she's 15 years old. Or your daughter's now an adult. You don't want to stop helping to raise the self-esteem. You want to make sure that it's proactive and helping them out. Because there's a lot of things in society and the media and that we get thrown at us on a continuous basis. So yeah, help her out. She's your sweetie, sweetheart, your sweet girl, your baby girl, or whatever you want to call her. Help her out. She really needs that. And, teach her that it's okay to be curious. Show her it's okay to be curious. Show her that it's all right to be inquisitive. It's another thing that people used to just get really upset with me about, is I am extremely curious and extremely inquisitive. And I have a tendency to ask a lot of questions and have a lot of nuances, and I just remember the parental and the grandparental eye rolls excessively. And build her up, please, because she deserves it. She is a gift from God, a miracle. And why would you want to trash a present that you were gifted? Because really, your daughter and these young ladies and all of us ladies, we're all beautiful treasures. So let's shine us up and help everybody else to illuminate and shine, because really, it's what it's about, right? And that leads to the men. Men, treat your special lady correct. Treat her right. Treat her well. Show your daughter, because she's watching. She is watching you. And if you are not treating your wife, your mother, other females, girlfriends, whatever it is, well, she will identify with that. And you do not want her to get into that kind of a complacency at all. And again, that's why we lead by example. Show her. In fact, there was this really cool video years ago where there was a dad and he was going on a date with his daughter. And it was the most, well, we didn't know he was going on a date with his daughter, but I mean, he was going through all these wonderful things, getting all ready and doing all these great things. And then we just learned that he was going on a date with his very young daughter. And he was teaching her how she deserves to be treated. And that, gentlemen, is exactly what you need to be doing for your young ladies. And the ladies in your life, because they deserve it too. All women are a treasure. All ladies are a treasure. It's being able to help shine them up so that they can illuminate and radiate for everybody to see. Because really, they're looking to you. They're looking to the parents. They're looking to you as a role model. They're watching, they're hearing, they're viewing. One thing I always say about my boys is they may not look like they're paying attention or they're listening. They're always listening. Always, always, always. So be very, very mindful of that. And let's help uplift and raise our girls' self-esteem to the most incredible heights. Until later, much love, much light, and magical, magical blessings. Mwah! Each and every dear heart. Goodbye.